Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals and welcome back to my channel. I'm here to set up my October budget and wrap up my September budget. I am using this Nebula A6 budget kit from Colourful and Co. I do not PR for Colourful and Co, but you can use Tilly 10 to save because Beth is an awesome human. So that's the 2-page kit. I also have various of her new functionals, so I've got the mini budgets in both pastel colourway and the neutral colourway. So there's 2 of those. The pastel ones. There's the larger budget trackers there. This one she sent me to test out for size, that's why it's there. And then I've got quarter boxes as well. And this is going to be my colour coding for this. So yeah, I've also got my A6 budget planner. I actually have 2. One doesn't have a cover, one does, because I'm switching between them and I only have one cover at the moment because I haven't made myself a second. So without any further ado, let's get on with it. Okay, so to start off with, I'm going to go through September and how that gone. So this is how my monthly ended up looking like. Obviously this is going to change quite a lot. Well, no, not obviously. I don't know how much I've said so far because I'm filming this bit first. We bought our house this month, so our budget is completely changing in October, so I will talk through that as we get along. But anyway, for now, let's just go through what I spent in September, or what we spent in September, because this is both me and my boyfriend's outgoings, because all of our money is joint money. That's how we work. I mean, we own a house together, that's what makes sense for us. So, on the 1st, I paid my rent. Sojin lost broke my cap for one of my fountain pens, and he had to pay for shipping to get a new one, so that's what that cost was. I bought a wrist brace and some of the bits and pieces that were toiletries basically for $21.88, and my Patreon direct debit came out, which was $31.44. I also on the 1st paid my baked in subscription, which was £42, and Wednesday the 2nd was a no spend. Thursday, one of us bought petrol, I think probably me at £46, but don't know. And then my prepayment certificate, which is a sinking fund, came out on the Friday the 4th, and that's a yearly prescription charge. On the 5th, Sojin paid his car tax, which was £165. He bought his mum a cardigan and he bought some vitamins for $11.27. That's like a year's worth of vitamins, to be fair to him. And the 6th was a no spend day, so 2 no spend days on that week. This kit was from Colourful and Co, and is absolutely stunning. This kit is from Planner Face, so on the Monday I made a little Planner Face order, only a tiny one. It was like 1 sheet of stickers and postage. Sojin paid his weekly rent and bought petrol for £42. The 8th was a no spend day. On the 9th we went out for dinner as my rent sinking fund, so I put some money aside for meals out with my parents as part of my rent. Obviously, well, not obviously, again, October will be the last month I do that because I'm moving out in October, but that was $56.67. We also bought a new Hoover, which came out of our house money. So house money had already sort of been budgeted separately and didn't need to come out of like this month's budget. It was almost like sinking fund but savings, so all of like you'll see quite a lot of things that are house from now on, and that all came out of that money, so that's why it's not, when we go through like totals for categories, it's just in its own little category. But yeah, so anyway, that came out of house. On the 10th, Sojin paid his phone bill. He bought lunch out for £1.10, and we paid a plumber for the house that we're buying. That was like to service the boiler, just to make sure everything was okay before we bought the house. I bought some face wash and got a refund as well for some face wash that never arrived, so that ended up being £5.10. We bought a ring size, which came out of other, and I bought a gift for my nephew, which came out of sinking funds for £30.50. We bought a fridge for £450 essentially, and bought some fruit for £7, which came out of food, and then we paid for our house insurance on this day, which was £229. That's that week. This is another Colourful and Co week, and this is the week we purchased our house, this day. So Sojin paid his rent on the Monday. We paid our house deposit. You can pause and look how much that was if you really want. We paid our legal fees, which was a lot of money, so again these were both out of house. I bought petrol, which was £49, bought my mum a little gift, which was £2. 17th was a no spend day. Friday the 18th we bought new locks for the house after we could measure up what we wanted. The 19th we treated my parents to dinner for helping us with like loads of house stuff that day. We bought some stuff for cleaning in the house that day, again came out of house, and this came out of the food budget, and we paid for lunch as well, so they're both food. I bought my brother's birthday present because it was his birthday on the Monday, and YouTube Premium came out. The 20th was another no spend day. And then this is another Planner Face kit. I've literally switched between Planner Face and Colourful and Co, but then I'm changing things up, as you've already seen, next month. Maybe. Have you already seen? Don't know. Depends how I film this video. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, so the 21st we paid my boyfriend's rent. Social bought petrol, my boyfriend, and Mind Direct Debit came out. My boyfriend went to the pub with my brother on the 22nd and bought some beer. And I placed my PR pack from Planner Face, which was £6.60. We bought some Wi-Fi hotspot things for the house, which were £150, and I bought my budget things from Colourful and Co, which were £24. So that came out of other. 24th, we bought more cleaning stuff for the house. 3 phone bill, my phone bill came out that day, and we bought some brackets to reshelve our pantry in the house. I bought the Rose Coloured Days bougie boxes on the 25th for £37.43. 26th was a no spend day. The 27th was my boyfriend went to a food festival while I was at work and spent £9. We bought some wood shelves for the pantry again, and some house locks, and they were £17.22, and the locks were £101.26. Then the last few days were again spendy days. So my boyfriend's car insurance actually went out ages ago, but he remembered about it and told me about it on this day, so that's when it went in. So that came out of sinking funds. That was £240. So he paid his rent again, and he bought some dipper base for £9.15. On the 29th we paid our credit card. It has a charge for having it, and that was £25. We paid it on that day, basically because it's a rewards credit card. We pay a fee for having it, and that's fine. I bought petrol, paid for my sister-in-law's birthday present. It was her 30th birthday, so we spent a bit more. Sojin bought some lunch for £2.50, and we bought cutlery for the house for £50. Bought a calendar for the house and bought a calendar as a gift. They're both £11.64 and £63. I paid into Beth's Kickstarter. Some of that came out of my fun money and some of it came out of gifts, and I also did Chelsea Paper Co Kickstarter, which came out of the Planners Sinking Fund, and then Sojin got a haircut, which was £20. So it was a spendy month, as I said. But we only went out of budget in one category, but as I've already said, I haven't filled this in. I need to go fill this in, and I'll come back to you in a minute with it. As I've already said, a lot of that came out of house. A lot of money came out of house. So in terms of how we got on with our categories, direct debits, we were £22 in the black, which is good because I thought BMA membership was going to come out, and actually it didn't, so that's fine. Travel, we were pretty much perfect, so we're probably going to increase this a little bit next month, so that because we didn't go anywhere other than work and stuff this month. Food was absolutely fine, in budget, a little bit to spare, perfect. Sojin spent none of his fun money, so he still has £165, which will roll over, and for the first time in ages I stayed in budget for my fun money at £78, so I had 21 left over, so again that 20 will roll over. Other, we went over budget for, but we forgot about the credit card fee, so that's partly that. Sinking funds, we spent a lot of money in, but I'll go through that in a second when I filled in this. And the house, obviously we spent a huge amount of money, but as I said, this was already budgeted elsewhere, it wasn't really in this budget, and that's just the weekly check-ins, that's how they look. And that's that for this. Let me just go fill in this sinking funds, and I'll be back with you to talk through how I got on with sinking funds this month. Okay, so I'm back with my sinking funds filled in. So rent meals, we spent £56.67, put in 100, left us with £715.58. Car insurance, we added 80, we spent £405.91, so that was car tax and car insurance for Sojin's car, leaving us with £405.09. For car work, we added 600 because we were in the negative. We spent nothing, and thank God, because we'd spent so much last month, and ended up with 64.46. Toiletries, we spent absolutely tons. We spent 67.40, so we're in the negative, but that's fine. these just make up for each other and it's fine. Prescriptions, bought my prepayment certificate for 105, added 28, so we ended up with 55 at 61. Clothes, we didn't spend anything, so I ended up with 119. Gifts, we spent £253.11, leaving us with 503.15. Headspace, we didn't spend any. Headspace, holiday, electronics, new car, furniture, we didn't spend anything, leaving us with Headspace 2090, holiday 255, electronics 400, new car 345, furniture 580. Planners, I spent £25 and leaving us with £55. Baked in, we spent £42, leaving us with minus £275, but that will even out by next 6 months. Exercise, we didn't spend anything. Indemnity, GMC, work, textbook, emergency, we didn't spend anything, leaving us with 25 in exercise, 12 in indemnity, 61 in GMC, 205 in work exams, 3501 in textbook, and our £1,000 emergency fund. So that is about it for September. As I said, it's been a really, really spendy month, mostly because of our house purchase. But yeah, so anyway, without further ado, let's hop across to my new planner and set up for October. Okay, so here we have our October setup, and I've left these 2 pages blank so that I can put in my key. So that's what's going to go there. But to be honest, and then we've got our monthly. So let's pop down the washi for my monthly. So we want this. I'm going with these gorgeous bats so that to bring a bit of Halloween cheer in. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have on this page, I'm going to put across the middle. Or do I want to do it on this page? I'm going to do it across this page. I'm going to do the same on this page to have like the start of October. So where are my October stickers? Oh, I'm kind of tempted to put like multiple strips of the washi on this page because I feel like that would look better, wouldn't it? So I'm going to do that. We're just going to put like 3 strips or 2 strips or something. So put Happy Mail Bats there, and then again just directly underneath it. I feel like this is not centered in the page anymore, but I don't really care that much. And then through the middle we'll have the October 2020 instead. That's just there, and then we'll have our key on that page in a minute. And then we've got the other October 2020 on this strip of washi there. And these are the horizontal sized ones in my shop if you're interested. So October starts on a Thursday. So this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday aren't in the month. I'm just going to use a bit of washi to cover those up. And then when does it end? I haven't actually checked. This is my watch, and it will answer this question for me. I open up a calendar in my watch, and October ends on a Saturday. So it's just this one day that isn't in the month. So that's there. Now I'm going to bob through and put my date dots down. I don't know which to use. I think I'm going to use the planner face on this one, and then my Tilly Journal ones on the other. These are the date dots I've got, by the way. I've got these planner face ones, and I've got these Tilly Journal ones pulled out. I'm just going to go through and put that down. Does anybody else like massively try to use up any leftover date dots? Because that's what I'm doing here. I finished that one sheet because it's just got 2 31s left, but 31s are always going to be left over, so I'm just like throwing those away. But yeah, isn't it so weird that like you can just have so many sheets of date dots on the go? So frustrating sometimes, but meh. Okay, so that is that sorted. Next we need to add in the bill dues, and I think I'm just going to use, for the last month, I'm going to just use my normal ones, which are still back here. So paydays, I can't think when paydays are. I feel like when are we paid? How do I not know this? I feel like we're paid on the 27th and 28th, so I think I'm just going to put it into purple payday flags on the 27th, the 27th and the 28th. I don't know whether there's bill dues that day yet. I don't know when half of our house bills are going to be yet, so that could be interesting, but we'll see. So just got those 2 paydays in there. Then I'm going to put in the bills I know about, but I don't know how many I don't know about either. So like, as in I know there's things like water and stuff that we will have to pay, but I don't know when it's going to come out. So the 19th is YouTube, that can go in there. The 20th is Mind. I feel like this is the last month I'm going to use these bill dues, mostly because October's new releases are going to include something to use for this. Then the 1st, our mortgage is due, as well as my rent for while we still live here. And we cancelled, Patreon is due. The 10th is one of our phone bills, and the 23rd is the other phone bill. 24th is the other phone bill. I'm just sticking in the purple colour wheel for this. Then I think that's it for the ones I know the dates of. I'm going to add the other ones in on the day they come out, I think. And then Mondays that we're paying rent will just be these 2 Mondays to my parents, because we'll have moved out by this day. And that is all of the bills I know about for now. So yeah, I didn't pull out a pen. Yes I did, there's one here. So the first is mortgage, Patreon and rent. These are all rent. The 5th and the 12th are both rent, Socians rent. The 10th is 3, as is the 24th. I actually suspect they'll both come out on the Monday, but that's fine. And then these are YouTube and Mind. And then that's it for that page. That's all we've got there for the moment. I'm going to leave these 2 pages for now, and I'm just going to go through and set up my weeklies. So for my weeklies, I've got these 4 boxes, so I'm going to use these 3 from Hello Petite Paper and this one. I'm going to use that one for the last week because it's Halloween. Where is the last week? This one. I'm just going to put that in now while I remember. And then I also have a load of washi. So I've got these 4 different washies that I'm going to use along the bottom. So I'm going to go through, oh, and I've got habit trackers here, and then for my like Monday through Sunday I've got all of these happy scrappy ones that I'm just trying to use up. So I'm going to go through and pop all of that down. I'm in a proper kick of use what I've got at the moment, hence why I'm just using like these random happy scrappy date covers that I've had forever, and also like random habit trackers and stuff like that. I really am on a kick of use what I've got, and I really want to try and do that a bit more, particularly for these budget videos, because it seems a bit like counterintuitive to be budgeting and then spending loads of money on stuff to budget with. Or is that just me? Like, I'm still going to buy stickers and stuff, but I don't want to spend like tons and tons on stuff to budget with, but I do want like, and I think that's the good thing about Colourful and Co sticker kits, is that they're a really good price, and that's why I was using the One Page Wednesdays. But even those, I decided that there wasn't any need to be using the One Page Wednesdays, so I might as well just use stuff I had. Partly the reason I was using the One Page Wednesdays is because I bought them for my daily, then realised I definitely do not need a daily, so I was just sort of using them up. But yeah, no, I'm definitely of the opinion you should use what you have rather than buy new stuff. It also gives me a great opportunity to use all of these stunning full boxes that you get in half boxes that you get in freebies and freebie kits and stuff. It's just such a good way to use up stuff, and it makes me happy, so I'm going to continue to do that. So that is the 4 weeklies all set up. So we have the first week here where we've got the little pumpkins, and I'll pull in 4 boxes if I need them for no spend days. I've got the little Halloween cat, the girl with cat ears there, and the Halloween spread. So now let's go back and set up the rest of the monthly bits. So at this point, let's set up these 4 pages, sorry, there and there. So this is going to be my weekly check-in. I'm actually going to do this backwards, to be honest with you, because I've changed my categories and I now have 10 categories and I don't know how anything's going to fit and we're just going to go with it. So I don't know how things are going to fit, because if you look at my last month with my budget, my weekly check-ins, it only just fit and I only added the extra washi. So I'm thinking that might have to go on to 3 pages. So we're going to start at the bottom. Hello Jessica, that's my cat meowing, and go from there. So if we start with the bottom of the page. Hi Jessie. She's come up onto the sofa next to me. So that's there for totals, and then, did I say 10? I definitely have 10 categories because I've got 10 colours, so we've changed our categories up completely. So I don't really know how. I will talk you through our changes in our budget. So basically, the main change in our budget is because we have bought our house. We now own a property, and in fact, I am recording this bit of the video on the 1st of the month. And today was the first day we paid our mortgage. So I filmed this video in lots of parts, which is why it may have seemed, I don't know, let me know down below, does it seem to you a little bit stoppy and starty? It does to me when I've edited the majority of it. Yeah, it seems a little bit stoppy and starty to me, but I don't know whether that's just me. I feel like I've hole punched the wrong side of that page, these pages. I feel like I might have screwed up how this went in the planner, but it's fine, whatever. I didn't print this how I'd normally print it, and I feel like I've messed it up, but I don't know that I have. I'm not 100% sure. So because this will fit absolutely perfectly, I don't have to change what I'm doing at all. I mean, it's going to be a little bit. This is going to overlap the weekly check-in sticker slightly, but that's fine. So that fits perfectly with just no frills at all. So that is for the weekly check-in, and I'll come through and write my categories in and talk you through my budget a bit more in a minute. But now we can move on to the actual setting up my budget page, which is what I'm going to do next. And I still think I might change what I've done here already. I've just had a good idea of how to track something. But anyway, let's set up the actual monthly budget next. So I'm going to start off with this monthly budget sticker here at the top, and basically everything has changed because we've bought our house and we now have lots of bills to pay, and we also have a mortgage and things like that, but we don't 100% know when half of our bills will be or how much they'll be, so everything is a little bit vague at the moment. But as we get used to the house, we will sort that stuff out. But for now, we're sort of guesstimating things, and that's fine. We don't mind that at all, but it just makes it a little bit harder to plan. So we've still got both of our incomes there, and one is for, oh, do I have space for glitter? How did I do this last month? So we still have exactly the same incomes. I did slightly overestimate last month, but that's fine. But I know how much will actually be paid this month, which is good. So I think I probably, I used glitter washi last month. I think I probably have space for a strip of glitter between these things. Probably had space for one at the top of the bottom of the page as well, but I didn't put it in, so it's fine. Next I'm going to pop in this, and then I'm going to use the glitter washi strip and just put them between, because I think it will fit perfectly. But I just wanted that to be so that it started on the line. Yeah, there's just going to be a tiny bit of white space either side of this glitter strip, at least if I put it down straight, there will. There we go. And then we need 10 spaces for our 10 categories. And then we've just got the total expenses at the bottom. With this bottom space, so what I did last month is I just put loads of washi, but I moved this all down, and that's maybe what I should have done. The only other thing I could do is I could put in the debt tracker, but I don't really want to do that. So am I about to rip all of these up and put some washi top and bottom, because I feel like I probably am. So I'll be right back, and I'm going to pull out some 1 and 2. Right, so that's all undone. So let's pull in some washi tape now. I'm gonna leave this a bit long for now, either end, and then I'll cut it off to match the other things in a moment. That's there. So yeah, we've split our direct debits into like utilities, so bills and stuff, and into like optional ones almost. I don't know how else to describe it because that's essentially what they are, optional bills. Then we now have a household budget, which various things are going to come out of. So that's just like anything for the house, and that includes like my budget kits actually come out of that, because this is for the both of us. Then travel, we've kept the same, so we still have a travel category, basically for petrol and any other travel really, mostly petrol. What else have we got? We've got going out, which is for any meals out or anything would come out of that. Any meals out or any days out or anything like that really would come out of going out. And then what are other categories? Groceries. Groceries is pretty self-explanatory. I don't think you need me to explain that. I don't think I need to explain that either. Yeah, so we've got groceries, then we've both got our own fun money, and then so that's another 2 categories, and then our other category is still existent, being called other. And that's really it. So that's that page there, and then this page is going to be our sinking funds. I don't use the savings because really our savings are like in sinking funds mostly. We have a lot more sinking funds now though. We started a couple of extra ones, so 24 sinking funds now. So I probably need to count the amount of lines on this page quickly. So we can cover up like 3 layers of dot grid, and I think that should be okay. So we're going to cover up 1 there, and then the title is going to cover up 1 more, and I need to be able to write in that top line there, and then at the bottom we're just going to cover up, oh no, in fact this fits under the bottom, so we're fine. This can be pulled down a little bit if I can peel it up without ruining anything. Yeah, there we go. Oops, I tore the page right at the end, obviously, because why not? So this can just go in there, and that should be space for all of our sinking funds. So that's all ready to be written in, and I will run through my sinking funds in a little bit. Next, I'm gonna go back to these pages, and I thought what I should be doing is I want a little debt tracker for our mortgage. Do I? I don't know. I haven't decided on that. But what I have decided on is that I want space to put down anything that I spend for the shop. Yeah, so I think, right, I'm going to move this up to the top, have my key here for my colour coding, and then on here we're going to start with a strip, and are we? I don't think we've got room probably. We're going to start with the debt tracker. I'm going to put the debt tracker in this month for our mortgage and see how I feel about it. I'm not sure I should track it because, to be honest, we're just putting it out as a bill. Oh, I don't know. Let me know down below. I'm not going to do it this month. We're not going to do it this month. I know I've put this sticker down, but for flip's sake, just rip my paper. I'm not going to do it this month, I've decided. I'm just going to do a strip of washi at the top, a strip of washi at the bottom, and then this is going to be a transaction log for anything I spend for the business. And it's not going to be very full, and I know that, and this is way too much space. But basically, when I go through my bank account, I like note that I've spent money on my business, and I haven't. I don't log it anywhere. And then sometimes when I come to do my business accounts, I'm like forgotten about things, and I just want somewhere to have written it, so that I don't forget about things. So that's what this page is going to be for. If you haven't noticed, this is an extra page that wasn't in my old planner, but it is in this one. So that's going there, and let me know down below if you think I should add the debt tracker to track our mortgage. But to be honest, at first at least, I don't think we're going to be overpaying on our mortgage. We hopefully will at some point, but for now I'm not sure we will. And then this I'm going to try and peel up carefully. I don't know which of these is underneath. I don't know that this is going to come up very easily. Oh, it did actually, in the end. Then I'm just going to put that back at the top, up here somewhere, like more centered than that, like that. And then I'm going to use the rest of this page for my key for my categories, and I don't know that I'm going to use anything else from the budget kit for now. So I'm going to grab the tiny budget tracker things. So I've worked out my colours, and I think I'm going to put them in the order of my categories to make things easier for me. So utilities is going to be this dark grey, and that can just go there. And then direct debits is going to be the mid grey. So I should probably talk you through what's going to come out of these categories, but I'll probably do that while I'm writing everything in actually. Then household is going to be the light grey. Kind of feel like I should have started from the centre, because then these would have been more like evenly lined up. But I haven't, so, and I'm not going to faff with it forever. Then we want the travel is going to be the dusty rosy colour, and this dusty rose and the nude, that's the next colour, well it's not the next colour because actually we then jump to pink for going out. They are much more different in person than they look on the camera screen. Then groceries is going to be blue, that's going to be there. Then Soshin's fun money is going to be green because green is one of his favourite colours. My fun money is going to be purple because purple's my favourite colour. Nice and simple really, though they probably shouldn't be because they're probably two of the things we use the least. And then the nude colour is going to be for other, and then our sinking funds are going to be in yellow. And that should be everything. So my aim is, right now I'm going to write in on the sticker themselves. Oh, I wish I'd moved them all down. On the sticker themselves I'm going to write the category, and then I'm going to put any defining bits that need clarification on this side. Then I'm going to fill in, I'm going to fill in my monthly budget stuff here and my sinking funds, and I will talk, and my weekly check-in bits, and whilst I am filling all of that in I will talk you through my categories and what's changed and what's in my categories. How does that sound to you? Because it sounds pretty good to me. Okay, so while I'm writing this in, my budget categories are utilities, which is basically our household bills. So that includes our mortgage, our water, our electricity, our gas, our council tax, everything like that. That comes out of utilities. Direct debits is any other direct debits. So they're generally fun direct debits. So things like my Patreon and Baked In and stuff would come out of that. Household is anything for household, so generally this is cleaning supplies, our cleaner, any bits we need for the house, and our budget stuff. Actually the bits for the house don't come out of that at the minute, but I went back and forth on that one. But anyway, travel is mostly petrol and stuff like that. Going out is any meals out or any days out, anything like that, that's money towards that. Groceries is exactly what it says on the tin, it's for our food shops. We've budgeted a weird amount this month because of needing our first food shop. Fun money is pretty self-explanatory. Sojin has more than me because he gets a bit extra because I have some sinking funds and stuff that are primarily me, so I have like a planner replacement sinking fund and Patreon. So he gets more than me, plus he has loads rolled over because he keeps not spending it. Then my fun money, then other is everything else, so that's any bits and pieces for the house that don't fall into the other categories, or anything like custom charges that don't fall into anything else. Then we have sinking funds as well. And this month we're also going to have house purchases, which doesn't have a colour category, but basically that's stuff that we're purchasing for the house that doesn't fall into any of the other categories, because there are still some things like a mattress that we need to buy that was already budgeted for before this month. So that's those. And then as for our sinking funds, we have a few extra this month. So rent meals still exists, and rent meals is basically part of my rent until we move out of this house, which it will be this month. So this is the last month I'm going to pay into rent meals, but basically part of my rent, I put £100 aside to take mum and dad out for dinner. So that's what that is. Water, we think our water bill will be quarterly, so that's basically exactly what it says on the tin. House insurance we paid annually this year, and we intend to pay it annually again, so that's just to build up to be able to pay our house insurance next year. Headspace and Baked In are both subscriptions that are either yearly or 6 monthly. Furniture is for any replacement furniture. We're gonna do up one of the rooms at a time in our house, so that's just a fund to be able to do that. A new sinking fund is cats. We are hoping to get cats this month, so we started a sinking fund for them for things like vets visits, immunisations, stuff like that. We're putting £100 in this month, but we won't normally be putting that much in. Oh, I should have told you how much we're putting into these things. So rent meals gets £100, water has 44. That's obviously an estimate, but we'll see. House insurance is 22, that's basically 12th of what we paid this year. Headspace and Baked In. Headspace is 420 because that's the Headspace fee divided by 12, and Baked In is 785, which is again the fee divided by the right amount of months. Furniture we put £75 aside. The cats money we've put £100 in for this month. House repairs, so that's for any like repairs if we need a new boiler, anything like that, that's got £50 in. Car work we've put £160 in this month, and thank goodness we're actually in the black because we weren't. Car insurance is exactly what it says on the tin. Lots of these are, to be fair, and we put £80 into that. New car is for a replacement car. We are going to have to pay more into this at some point because Social needs to replace his car before its next MOT probably, and we put £170 in for this month. Indemnity is indemnity insurance, which we both need for work, so that we've put £10 in a month, and that should cover our indemnity insurance when it's due next year. GMC is the fee we pay the GMC for being doctors, and we put £10 a month into that. Again, that is calculated, £25 in a month into that. Work exams is basically a fund to save up for any of the exams we have to sit, and we put £100 in that a month. In the same vein, we put £20 into a textbooks etc. fund to buy any materials we need to study. Planner is for a replacement planner for me. This is probably going to be used for a goal planner, but if it isn't used, that's going to become my fun money, and that's going to be discarded. It depends whether I buy a goal planner or not. I might keep like a small amount to the side anyway. Anyway, moving on. Exercise is exactly what it says on the tin. Anything we need for exercising comes out of that sinking fund. Clothes, again, exactly what it says on the tin. It is for any clothes we want to purchase, and we put £80 a month into that. Holiday is for if we go on a holiday anywhere, we want some money set aside for that, and at the minute we're putting £125 in. If we're planning a holiday, that might go up, etc, etc, or down. Electronics is for replacement phones, laptops, computers, stuff like that, new games consoles, and that we put £100 a month in. That will hopefully be buying my new phone soon when they release some new phones. Gifts, we put £70 in a month, and that's for any Christmas and birthday gifts. Toiletries is for any toiletries we buy or any haircuts, stuff like that. We put £30 in a month in. That will go back into the red again. It was a negative money number at the start of this month, and we only just made it not negative, but I think it's going to go negative again anyway, but we'll deal with that at some point. Prescription is for glasses and medicine prescriptions, and we put £28 a month into that. An emergency is just our £1,000 emergency fund, and we will add to that when we have some spare money to make a fully funded emergency fund, but we're not adding to it monthly. Okay, so now that is done, I am going to pop across to my old budget planner, which is here, and go to this week, and I'm going to fill in the first with you just so you can see what I do day to day. So I need my key for this because I haven't worked it out yet. I am going to use the key on this page even though it's in last month. So Soch bought some spring greens. I don't know where to start. Yeah, we'll start with his spring greens, which comes out of groceries. So I'm just going to put a little budget tracker down for that there. Then he also bought petrol, which I'd like to use a bit of the chunkier, the middle size, this size. And petrol is travel, so it's this colour here. So that's there for his petrol. Then also I then go onto my phone and into our bank accounts and check everything there. I know that Patreon came out as well, and that's a direct debit, and obviously our mortgage came out, and our mortgage is our single biggest bill, so that's going to go on a quarter box, and that falls under the utilities category. I'll put the amounts of these in a minute. The first is always a bad day for money, and also I paid my rent today, because I pay my rent on the first of the month, and that also comes out of utilities. I'm paying a full month of rent because my rent is sod all for what we get. I just need to check whether there's anything else in our bank accounts. No, so that looks like everything. So let's write this in. So we have spring greens. I don't know why I'm writing in actually what he bought, but I am. And that was 0.65. Then this travel one was for petrol, and that was 37.01. Then this direct debit bit is for Patreon. Because that's in dollars, I don't know the exact amount, but it's about £32, but I'm going to wait till the exact amount comes out till I write that in. Then we have our mortgage here. Plus it's extra, we paid extra on our mortgage this month because it had the interest from the rest of the month in, and I just need to check exactly how much that was. 56, that's there. And then T rent came out as well, and that's 200. I don't know why I put pound signs on those two, because I shouldn't have done, because it makes it look much more messy. But that's basically what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do that like day to day. So that's those. So that is everything for this video, I think. I'm going to pop these trackers into the back of this here to keep a hold of there. And then I'll pull in again any more full boxes if things are. So let's have a flick through. So we have our category and our colour coding there. We have our transaction log there, which will be for any business transactions. Then we have our month at a glance. Obviously a load of bills aren't in this, but I will add them as they come up there. And then we have the monthly budget. So next month I'm going to move this page to here, I think, but we'll see. We've got sinking funds there. We've got our weekly check-ins on this spread. Then we have our 4 weekly spreads starting from the 5th going right through to the end of the month. And that is everything for this video. It's been a long one. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below what you thought. I felt a little bit all over the place, but hopefully it's come across as good. Like, I'm really pleased with how this comes out and how like in-depth this is. I'm really, really happy with it. So yeah, that's everything I've got for you today. Let me know down below what you think, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.